Welcome to Form Machines. In this video we will learn about data consumers. Data sources can load external data onto your form. However, additional configuration is required to consume the data in appropriate places. Such configurations are called data consumers. There are two types of data consumers. Choice consumers provide data to combo boxes, checkboxes, and other choice-based controls. Single value consumers provide single values to fields or variables. Here I have an HTTP endpoint that returns a list of user objects in JavaScript array. Let's configure this data source. Similarly, I have another data source here that returns a single user object. Let's configure this data source. Now we have two data sources. One returns an array and the other one returns a single object. But how do we make use of these? Let's first show a list of users in a combo box. We've configured our first choice consumers, which used a data source to provide a list of choices to a combo box. Let's apply some filtering. Let's only show the users with an ID greater than 5. It's important to understand that data consumer filters differ from filters you find in data sources. Data source filters affect the data source itself. The filtered data never loads onto the form. The consumer filters apply to this particular consumer. The raw data from the data source remains. It is consumed by another control unaffected. Now let's use the same data source to populate a single text box. Because our data returns an array and the consumer requires a single value, so by default, Form Machines will only take the first row of data from the array. You can access the name property of the first user. Here you can see the text box shows the name of the first user. What if we want to show only the fifth user from the array and upwards? Let's modify this again to show the first user's name from users whose ID is greater than 3. Now let's make use of the data source that returns a single user object. Let's use this to provide choices to our combo box. Now we can use this to populate the same text box. In this video, we learnt about data consumers. For more information, visit 4machines.com.